Everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here doing the weekly reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thanks so much for sticking with me. I am much better now, so I appreciate you coming back for your weekly reading. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of October 24th through to the 31st. Going to do a focus reading on hidden strengths today. If you've been coming back to my channel, you'll know that I do focus readings. In the last couple of weeks, we were looking at healing. We had a lot of great messages coming in for healing. And this week, I really want to focus on, things that we may not be aware of that are available to us, and really look at developing our own lives and feeling free to move forward and safe to move forward in our self-actualization. So in pursuit of that, I'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle for our main spread, and then as always drawing message cards from the medicine cards and the Healing with the Angels Oracle. This is a general reading for your sign, so whatever is most prominent in your life, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to, and hopefully you find them helpful in healing. So what does Virgo need to know about hidden strengths this week? All right, so first thing that I'm noticing here is that something needs to be let go of. And a reconciliation is around the corner if you'll allow it, if it's really what you want, and if it's really what you're ready for. However, the most prominent thing here, and perhaps the most important hidden strength for you, is the strength and the purpose in letting go. I don't think the reconciliation is as much of a concern for you this week. I think the focus really ought to be around letting go of what you feel has been holding you down here with regard to a reconciliation. And whenever I speak of relationships, please know that I am speaking both of external and internal relationships. So if there's, in a general sense, if there's no one that you have a reconciliation issue with, it could be that you need to become friends with yourself again, or you need to forgive yourself for something, or help yourself move beyond something. And it could just be, an asking for help, looking at, therapy or self-help books. Even if you've let yourself down when it comes to, going to the gym, or not exercising as much as you want, or not eating the right way. This is a relationship that we have with ourselves, believe it or not. So this is included. So any way that you're looking at getting back on track, really feeling good about yourself, really making it important for you to take care of yourself and have a healthy relationship, both with yourself and, of course, with other people. When you're ready to do that, we're looking at this being a large part of your psyche this week. As a hidden strength. So time for a nap is your key card. This represents you. The not for you card is what's leading into the week. This is where I'm seeing that you're discovering that, maybe you're just tired of carrying a weight around, or bad energy, or a dark past, or something that's been on loop in your heart or in your mind. Maybe it's time to say, you deserve to live free from that, because something beautiful, Nirvana-like, awaits you. And it does involve being in the present, okay? It does involve letting go of something here. And of course, with general energy being time to go. So I think there could just be an element in, setting yourself free this week. And this is certainly what's looking like your hidden strength, Virgo. So like I said, time for a nap is in your central position. This is where it's really time for a rest, time to put something down, okay? We don't want to kill it here, but we do want to say, maybe it doesn't need to play that big of a part in our lives anymore. Maybe we don't need to cling to something that hurts or upsets us, or really frankly that we just simply can't do anything about now because it is in the past. One thing that I like to mention around any issues from the past, for example, whether it's internal, something you've let yourself down for, or it's an external relationship, is that it's letting someone else or letting that memory live in your mind and heart rent free. And it's not fair. It's rather abusive, frankly, even if it was awful. If it's not happening right now, we have to let it go, right? We have to say, well, it's not happening now. I'm not there. I'm safe now. And really just recognize where you are now. So it's really time to put something to rest. Another way I like to read time for a nap is there is a golden opportunity to be found within rest here, within the rest period. And I'm going to look briefly on the qualifier card that came out with the Nirvana milk and honey here. And two things are interesting what's going on here. This is really resting. It's slowing down. It's being in the moment. Exchanging gifts really is literally being in the present, okay? So it's really coming to terms with something. It's really saying, I know exactly what it is I want to let go of, okay? And only you can decide this. Only you can do this, Virgo. You can get help for it. You can talk to friends, of course, but it's really up to you what it is you want to have rid of and when it's time to get rid of it. So looks like here is your hidden strength. It is just that the purpose this week is time to let go of this bad memory or old fear or hard time you've been giving yourself here. Not for you is in the influence to your current position. And this is where I see, look, with both the general energy and the influence, I mean, this is, you can't escape this much longer, right? This is really part of your psyche now. And again, it's sort of, if it's got negative energy or bad energy here, we're looking at, giving it space rent-free in your heart and mind. And why? It's a type of cruelty, really. It's enacting a type of cruelty. It's saying, I don't deserve to be free from this, or, this is just my penance somehow. Well, I would consider that paid. Okay, penance is over. Really carry out that resolve to say, I deserve to live free from this. I don't want to carry around this weight with me anymore, that mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual weight. Whatever that albatross is that you've been carrying around, it's really time to let go of. It's not fun. It's not a game. And only you can do this for yourself. You need to want to be free from this once and for all. And here with your probable outcome being milk and honey, I mean, this is just sheer nirvana, right? First of all, you have some major themes here. You have biblical themes here with milk and honey. Of course, I'm a vegan. I'm not going to participate in this type of thing, but I find it allegorical, right? It's the whole point to symbolism in cards anyway, is the allegory. This is richness and fullness. This could have something to do with the mother. It could have something to do with a child. It could have something to do also with mothering the self, how you've taken care of yourself, how you feel about yourself as a mother, if that's the case. Or if you are about to become a mother, how you feel about yourself here. Maybe you're terrified about going in to motherhood or how you're about to mother. And you really need to understand that your hidden strength is that you will be the best mother, okay? You need to keep in mind that even if you had an unsavory childhood or you're afraid of parenting the same, for example, that you won't allow that to happen, okay? But in order to do that, Virgo, you need to get rid of what that trauma is. It's time to let that go. Now, that decision is yours alone, but you don't need to do it alone. There is therapy, there is help. Even if there's a wait list, even if, maybe there's a monetary issue, perhaps you can fundraise, perhaps you can locate a therapist with a sliding scale. They exist, okay? Have faith in yourself and have faith in a healing, future for yourself, that you can find the means and the people to help you get through this, letting go. And again, with the honey, there's this healing element to honey. It's also very sweet. There's something sweet that comes with it. Elephant is a matriarchal species. This is led by the matriarch, they're led by women, in other words. So there could be a heavy emphasis here on female or feminine healing, or again, significant healing relationships with the mother, or someone who has played a mother role in your life, or if you yourself are becoming a mother. And again, with the allegorical rainbow and the sun beaming out from behind it, this is seeing with clarity. This is looking at something with a different lens. Something is available to you now that wasn't before. Something's clear to you now that wasn't before. And again, I'm going to suggest that living in the moment, being in the moment, will be a lifesaver this week for you, because number one, it will get you into the habit. It will become a practice for you to cease living in the past, right? I've been here, okay? I just want you to know I've been there. I've done an enormous amount of self-healing. I know what it's like to have something on replay in your head, okay? And in your heart. And that's a habit, all right? And it's something that you can take over. You really can. You can be in control of it. You can say, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to put something else in its place. Now, you can't create a void for it. You really have to create something beautiful and worthwhile and loving for yourself to take its place, all right? So I will suggest Louise Hay for help at this time if you are struggling with therapy, if you don't want to, or if you just can't go for any reason right now. Look at self-help at this time, okay? Virgo, really expedite the process. You don't need to suffer any longer, and you certainly don't need to do it alone. A lot of us have been here, and we can help you through it. So if you're struggling with therapy or therapists at this time, or if you just want to do it by yourself, Google Louise Hay or look her up on YouTube. She will be a tremendous resource for you at this time. She will also help guide you through the phases of being in the moment, being in the present moment, and also switching up, like I mentioned, this internal dialogue around how to proceed while letting go of this trauma, what's not working for you anymore. It's time to get rid of it. It's a weight, and it's unfair. It's turning into a type of self-abuse now. You're sort of, you have yourself convinced, you got to carry this weight, you got to carry this around. No, you don't. You really don't. You're free of it. You've been through it. You got it. You got the message. You got the t-shirt. You can move on, okay? There's no need to beat yourself up any longer. And now's the time. Your hidden strength, my dear Virgo, is to recognize how much stronger you are than the circumstances you've had. Yes, you need to weigh things out. And depending on the phase, whether this is fresh or rather old, in terms of trauma, or an old, what's on replay here. If it's fresh, give yourself a lot of love. And even if it's old, give yourself a lot of credit here for having the strength to walk away in the first place, to get away from the abuse or the trauma or the neglect or the fear or the addiction or whatever it was. Listen, it doesn't have to involve anybody else. Chances are it does, but it doesn't have to. It could be you let yourself down and you just spent however many long months or years being mad at yourself. And time's up, okay? Nobody has time for that. You have a life to live. Here with Wolf as teacher, very big deal for you right now. You really do need to look to others, especially who have been through something similar to what you're going through, or getting yourself out of here. Look to other people who have been through this, Virgo. It really will help, even if it's online. It's really a beautiful way to begin healing, frankly, because maybe you're not ready to share your story, or there's so much aggravation and fear around sharing this story of yours right now that it's just more important for you to find other people who've gotten away from it successfully. And then before too long, you'll find that it will be time to tell your story, and it will be very healing for you. Listening and playfulness are two of your other qualifier cards here. Listen to your heart. Really follow through with your heart. Listen to your highest good. Listen to I like to call it, you know how we have in cartoon versions, the devil and the angel. And either shoulder. Yeah, you know what? It's the devil's the old habit here, okay? It's just an old habit, and you can get yourself out. You want to listen to your highest good. You want to listen to your instincts. You want to listen to your intuition. No matter what they told you about it, it's always accurate. And you want to listen to that little angel on your shoulder, that little angel who's saying, you can do it. You can do it. And playfulness will really help. Keep a sense of humor this week, Virgo. Remember that you're worthwhile and that you are loved. And it's time for you. It's time for you to let this go. You deserve more than this. And you don't need to carry around that weight anymore. So that is your reading for the week. It kind of brought me to tears. I hope it makes sense to you. If you have a second, comment below. And if you're not already subscribed, it's one of the last few free things on earth that we can do. So subscribe today, get updates for your weekly readings, and look forward to face-to-face videos. I really want to connect with you even more in the future. So I appreciate you being around. Take good care of yourself. Good luck with everything this week. Put yourself first. Know that you can do it. And join me next week for your weekly reading. Until then, bye for now.